Hey, what is going on, super duper people? All right, so check this out. My name is Noble, and I want to share with you guys my thoughts on this whole deal with Black Lives Matter. So, already getting spun up here. So here's I want to give you some context to the story. So I grew up in Illinois, a little farming town in Illinois. Nobody was around, real small farming community, literally 1,000 people, one flashing yellow light. But we had a children's home that was about 10 miles from us. And what we would do is my mom, who's a 4'10" little Hispanic lady, there'd be kids that were coming from the gangs from the inner city of Chicago and Rockford and stuff. And they'd come from these inner cities, and then they'd send these kids, these gang kids, in the middle of nowhere in this little farming community called Salem Children's Home. And again, we lived, 10 miles away. Well, on our way to church, my mom would pick up some of the gang kids, and I'd hang out. They'd come to church with us, and then we'd hang out with them afterwards. Right? I'd go play hoops with them. We'd throw football around. We'd play football, whatever. Right? And these gang kids were black kids, were Puerto Rican kids, were Asian kids, were white kids, were Mexican kids, all kinds of, and then again, my mom raised me speaking Spanish. I know I look like a big white guy, but I can habla. Huh? What's up? You didn't know that, right? Some of you maybe have, but so my mom raised me speaking Spanish and stuff. So that's what we would do. We'd pick up these kids. So I was always raised around, hanging out with all kinds of kids. And what's interesting is I have, I've seen the memes and stuff. So I've seen the memes. What's interesting is that kids aren't racist, right? Kids, at least the kids I've seen. I've been around a long time, seen a lot of kids. I've not seen kids like be racist or prejudiced, right? Kids just like to play with other kids. If they're like the same height, hey, you're 2 feet tall, I'm 2 feet tall. Like, let's hang out. You know what I mean? Let's play on a playground or whatever, right? So the other thing too, for some context, is in Thanksgiving, again, my family on my mom's side are, a lot of Hispanic stuff, and then my dad, again, Scottish, Irish, whatever, English. And so, but at Thanksgiving, we would do turkey and stuff. But then, because of my Hispanic side, we'd rock tacos and enchiladas. Like every Thanksgiving is for my whole childhood. That's I thought how everyone rolled. You know what I'm saying? Is we tacos, enchiladas, turkey and mashed potatoes and stuff. And so then we moved to the South. So then I went to West Point, a military school in New York, did all my infantry stuff, and then moved to the South. And sorry, I got a lot of friends that are black, man, a lot of friends that are black, a lot of them. Moved to the South. Our first Thanksgiving in the South. My wife's from Michigan. I'm from Illinois. Again, so I told you how I grew up. I grew up around all kinds of nationalities, ethnic background, the whole, Lucky Charms, man. Grew up with everybody. And moved to the South as an infantry second lieutenant, airborne ranger, all this stuff, stationed to 82nd. And we go to an all-black church, like for 8 years almost, literally all-black church. We show up, boom, because I like to, anyway. And so, but our first Thanksgiving there in the South, and we're like, just talking to people, hey, how was your Thanksgiving? What'd you do at Thanksgiving? And I was like, hey, we had we had tacos, enchiladas, arroz con pollo, all our different stuff, and and turkey and mashed potatoes. And I remember the first time, like, this lady was like, you had what? I'm like, maybe she didn't hear me out. Tacos, enchiladas, arroz con pollo, all these different things, turkey. She's like, you had tacos at Thanksgiving? I'm like, yeah, like we are, like I always have tacos at Thanksgiving. And she's like, I just got this look of like, what planet are you from? Like, are you American? Like, you look like a white guy, but like, are you American? And I was like, it was the first time, like, my whole life we'd always had tacos and enchiladas and all those, Mexican food at our Thanksgiving. I didn't know anything else. And so she's like, oh yeah, no, we do, grits and grits and I can't think of all the Southern food, but anyway, so I was like, hey, that's cool. I don't roll like that's cool, but I don't roll like that. But that was like first, like that was an interesting, conversation. And then this all black church that we went to for again 8 years, awesome, amazing. I loved it. What was interesting was, a couple times the pastor who I love, so thankful, the pastor's amazing, but a couple times it was like, don't let the man get you down, kind of thing. And I was like, don't let the man get you down. Like what man are we talking about? Like, what do we, like, don't let the man get you down. So anyway, just a little kind of note to self, like, okay, that was interesting, right? I'm not black. I've never, never been raised black, but in the South, right? So now, okay, so a couple little interesting little things in my head, and I got my notes here. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. Then I been in business for over 2 decades now, and literally I coach a lot of folks in business and entrepreneurship and stuff, and the majority of people in my network are black. Like literally, I'm the minority with the people that I work with, that I coach and mentor and stuff in the business side of the house. I'm the minority. I don't know how, I don't know why, how, but boom, so the majority of people that are my homies are black, and I've got family. So my family, my brother-in-law is from Ghana, and I've got my family. I got African family. You know what I'm saying? And then one of my best homies is from the Ivory Coast. And so I got all this perspective, right? Well, here's where racism hit me in the face. This is where it absolutely hit me in the face. Because this whole time I'm like, man, I grew up with all these different kinds of kids, different colors of kids, different backgrounds. So I never really, again, understood this whole racism deal until we kind of moved this out. But here's where it hit me in the face. I had a really good buddy of mine from Brooklyn come down to Fayetteville to visit family. He had family that was from Fayetteville, North Carolina. And I live in Fayetteville, so he was coming down to visit family. He's like, hey, bro, I'm going to be in town. And he's a black dude. And we've been homies for 18 years. And we're driving down downtown Fayetteville. And we're just talking, hanging out, like, hey, we're going to go eat lunch. Hey, man, where you want to go eat lunch, right? He's from Brooklyn. He's a black dude. His family's from Fayetteville. I just got off the phone with him a little bit ago. We're driving downtown. This is where it hit me in the face, racism. Downtown, the old part of Fayetteville, it's got this market house. I just thought it was an old historic building, right? I don't know what's going on, right? We'd only been there maybe a couple years, whatever. This old historic part of town, this old thing, and it's called, we call it the Square in Fayetteville, this marketplace building, right? And we're driving, boom, hey, I don't want to, his name is M.A., I'll just say his first name. Hey man, M.A., you want to go here? Where do you want to eat, bro? Where do you want to eat? And we're just, let's go, we'll go there. But he's like, hey, no, but you see that market house? And I said, yeah, man, old historic building. He's like, he said, my great grandma was sold there. In the midstream of just talking, he said, my great grandma was sold at that market house. And then we keep driving, okay, we can eat there. And like, dude, the world stopped. I was like, I mean, I almost had to pull over. Like, what do you, dude, what, like, are you joking? Like, that was history books. That was a long time ago, hundreds of years ago, right? In my head. That was hundreds of years ago. That was a long time ago. He's like, no, Noble, my great grandma was sold at that market house. This is in America, y'all. This is in America. In America, free country, in America. He said, this is a buddy of mine, just a little bit older than me, not much older than me. My great grandma was sold at the market house. Man, that rocked my world. This is my buddy. I didn't know that about him. And I thought, it just rocked my world because I'm like, how would that affect your worldview, man? How would that affect how you live every day, knowing that your great grandma? And then he just got to tell me, literally, right, maybe 30 minutes before this, I went live. He told me, Noble, my sister, his older sister in Fayetteville, they're walking around. She was walking around with her mom. She was 5 years old. There were no colored restrooms at that time. She had to pee outside because there were no colored restrooms. This is America, man. And I thought, what if that was my daughter, man? What if that was my daughter, that there were no white restrooms? That my daughter, you know what I'm saying? Like, not even, like, obviously not white, like there were no restrooms. Like, and just like, how would that change my worldview? How would that change my perspective on things? How would that change how I viewed the world? How would that change how I viewed America? How would that change how I sing the national anthem? How would that change how I, believe about, America the beautiful and the land of the free? And, man, it just, and here's the thing. And then another buddy of mine, and I'll just say Jerry, his grandpa had to get like 20, 30, 40 lashes a day just because he was going to teach his son how to read. It was like his grandpa or great-grandpa. I think it was grandpa. 10, 20, 30, 40 lashes a day just because he was going to teach his son to read. Guys, this is America, y'all. This is not hundreds of years ago. This is like in the last, we're talking, and here's the deal. So do Black Lives Matter, right? The whole hashtag do Black Lives Matter? Of course, freaking Black Lives Matter. All lives matter, right? All lives matter. But here's the deal. When you get punched, if you got punched in the face by somebody, and your nose is bleeding, you're like, oh man, hey, can you get me a towel? Like, oh man, can you get me some ice? Can you help me out? And I say, Yeah, but don't you see all those other people that have been punched in the face before too? Like, so you're just going to be selfish and think about yourself, and you think your nose is the only nose that's ever been broken by somebody else? Like, see all these other people. No, I'm going to come take care of you, man. I'm going to come help you out. I'm going to come take care of you. I'm not just going to say, yeah, I got it. Your nose isn't the only nose that's important. Dude, yeah, so when we have a part of our body, a part of the community, a part of our family, a part of our country that has and is experiencing pain and like, man, let's feel their pain. Are you kidding me? And I'm just sharing a couple stories that I know of some homies of mine. I don't live in their skin every day. I don't have to deal with the crap that they have to deal with, or I don't know. It's, again, I've never thought that way. So it's hard for me to fathom that we have people that think this way in this country. It's genuinely hard for me to fathom and wrap my head around how we as humans can treat each other so freaking poorly based on what color shirt I'm wearing. Oh, you're part of the red shirt people, man. The red shirt people. It's like, how are we so, it's just, anyway. So here's what I did. This is one thing I did last night. I was praying, man, God help me out, because, I want to understand. I want to feel their pain. They're part of, again, most of my friends are black. A huge percentage, right? I've never done my math, but a huge percentage of my friends are black. Like, I want to feel their pain. I want to, what are they going through? So I listed 45, 46, 48 emotions that I thought they may be feeling. I'm just going to read some of these off to you. So I try to put myself in their shoes. What if I was part of the Floyd family? What if I was a cousin, a relative, uncle, brother, What if that was my family? What if I was, no, and again, no, I don't know the Floyd family, but I can rattle off 100 homies of mine that are black that I could name off their names. How are they feeling right now? How are my black friends feeling right now? Anger, rage, frustration, despair, fear, scared, shock, violated, desperate, alone, lonely, indignant, concerned, bored, isolated, misunderstood, incredulous, fear for family, fear for your children, injustice, unfair, sad, disappointed, let down, disparaged, demeaned, abandoned, confused, unrepresented, loss, grief, mourning, betrayed, hurt, pain, ashamed, voiceless, unheard, no worth, no value, disgusted, crushed, broken, distraught, targeted, terrified, stress, anxiety, disheartened, right? And those are just the ones that I came up with. I'm sure you could list. And again, I'm not even black. I'm not even going through this like they're going through this. They're going through it at a whole nother level than I'm going through this. But I just like, man, help me, God, understand where part of my family is experiencing. What are they feeling? What are they going through right now? And man, do I know how to help impact a country, a globe? I have no idea. I have no idea, man. Who did Jesus die for, right? I'm a Christian, right? Who did Jesus die for? He died for everybody, man. He died for red shirt people. He died for black shirt people, brown shirt people. He died for all of us. He died for all of us, man. So, and we all have we all bleed the same. So, man, I don't know how to fix it. I have no idea how to fix this stuff. This is another dynamic. Man. This is another dynamic. For those y'all that have been around the globe a little bit, check this out. Racism is dope. Listen, some of y'all that never left your hometown, you may think this. Racism is a human being problem. It is not an America problem. You travel the globe. Listen, racism is around the globe, y'all. If you have not traveled, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about. But I'm telling you, if you traveled before, racism is not just a white-black thing or whatever. This is just an America thing. Racism is a human. This tribe doesn't like that tribe. This side of the tracks don't like that side of the tracks. The Dominicans don't like the Haitians don't like the French don't like the Afghanis don't like, you know what I'm saying, the Egyptian, right? Name the country, y'all. Name the country. Racism is part. It's the evil part of being a human, in my opinion. And I don't know. I have no idea how to fix it, man. I have no idea. Man, I just know that we got to live. We got to live together, man. We got to live together. God gave us all gifts and talents. God made us all. Psalm 130, 139, 134, 139. We're all uniquely and wonderfully made. In my opinion, we're made in His image. We all. So just because someone is different than you, looks different than you, talks different than you, walks different than you, has tattoos, God forbid, oh snap, that's a whole nother one. Forget about it. Don't tell a Christian, oh man, you got a tattoo? Oh, you're going to hell, bro. Fill in the blank, right? Fill in the blank. We are masters at judging each other and having biases and all this stuff. Man, I just want to encourage you all to, let's pray for each other. Let's be praying for all our black friends and families and stuff. I'm doing a Zoom tonight, a Zoom discussion at 8 p.m. Eastern time. If anyone wants to join, let me know and I'll, PM me or whatever, and I'll send you the Zoom link just to pray and have discussion. I don't have any answers. Just pray for each other, man, and let's change. Let's love each other, man. Let's love each other, and man, I feel like we need each other. You know what I mean? And anyway, I just want to share with you guys some of my thoughts on this thing, man. But man, I was gonna say, hug a brother, hug a sister. You know what I'm saying? Social distancing. I don't know. I still hug, because I don't, Anyway, man. But pray for each other, man. We're all part of this body. We're all part of this body. We're all part of this country. We're all part of this. We're all global citizens, man. Pray for each other, and let's love each other better. You know what I mean? And again, please know I'm not the perfect. I am not the standard of like what it's supposed to look like. So trust me. But man, let's all do better at loving each other and reaching out. Is it uncomfortable? Is it uncomfortable talking about race and, oh man, being black and being, Mexican and being Asian, and hey, try being a Chinese guy in the United States right now. I've heard that, like, it's crazy how we just lump people into stuff. You think all Chinese people invented the virus? You think all black people, all white people, all cops? Like, why are we like just doing these broad strokes? Like, everybody in this category is like Satan. That's crazy, y'all. That is crazy. That's crazy. Do you want to be treated that way? Do you want a big giant brush stroke that, all black people, all white people, all cops, all teachers, all homeschoolers, right? All tattoo people. Fill in the blank, man. Man, let's treat each person as an individual, like each of us is God's kid, man. Let's treat each other like we're God's kids, and find the beauty in each other, man. There's so much beauty in people. Sometimes we got to dig it out of each other, right? Some people have years of injuries and walls up, and sometimes you have to dig deeper to find some of that beauty. But everyone's got beauty, man. Everyone's got beauty in there, and we just got to spend time to dig it out and be the first to love. My dad, man. Growing up as a kid, my dad, he was an emergency room doctor. He always said, used to piss me off, because we'd be fighting in our family, yelling, all this stuff. and he's a real chill guy. He was real chill. He died over 10 years ago, 11 years ago now. And he would always say in his little soft, he's a big giant guy, 6'3", 285 pounds, big dude. And this little soft voice, he'd say, be the first to love. We'd be fighting. He'd be like, be the first to love. And I used to hate hearing that. I used to hate it because, my pride, screw you, you be the first to love, I'll love after you love. And that's little kid attitude. I had low EQ. So hashtag be the first to love.